Hi everybody, Colette Montgomery, Director of Coaching here. Just wanted to get some information to you in advance of the March and April schedules starting. You should have received via email from Amberati a schedule, whether that went to you or your manager. Hopefully your manager has passed that along to you. So we're going to talk about some details because we're not going to have a coaches meeting between now and the start date and the transition from winter training into indoor pre-season training. Okay, the first reminder would be that your players all need to be wearing ESC training gear. That's the black t-shirt with the club shorts and socks. Most players should still have their old version of this as we transition the new uniforms in. If you're a team that's going out of town, you'll get those uniforms a little bit earlier than others, but generally most of those are going to arrive at the end of March, beginning of April. Also, it is mandatory that all players wear shin guards for the entire session. Please enforce this. If anybody does not have shin guards, they cannot participate in this session. Also a reminder that as an ESC coach, you need to be wearing your ESC gear. Tom Kluczewski sent an email out, so if you haven't ordered your t-shirts and sizes, please go ahead and do that. You do not need to order the grey top and the pants. They will be given out at the next coaches meeting. As far as expectations go for arrival time for your sessions, generally 15 minutes is what we expect. Please have a written session plan and make sure that you're utilising the time that you have on the field to the maximum. If you're in the dome, you could arrive or expect your players to arrive somewhere between 15 and 30 minutes early and use some of the off-field space to warm up in. If you're a new coach or a former coach that needs further equipment, there'll soon be an email going out about ordering more equipment. Please submit that in a timely fashion. We'll get that information to you through our equipment director, Ishmael. On your indoor training schedule, you should have received which locations you're going to be at. I'm just going to talk you through the expectations for each facility. If you're at the Braemar Dome, we've divided the field into sixths for the majority of sessions that are happening in the 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock or 6:20 sessions. If you have the facility 7 o'clock, 7:45 or 8 o'clock, it's likely that you have quarter of the dome to train in. If your team is training at Calvary Church, please remember to enter in at door 3. This is the only entry that we can have access to maintain the contract with the church gym. Please have the players come directly down into the gym area and be down there until the end of the session. At the end of the session, you need to escort the players up to the top and make sure that they're collected by their parents, and you can also have the parents come down to the gym to collect their children at the end of the session. Please note that the Calvary Church gym will not open until 4:55, even if you have a 5 o'clock start time. So just train your families in arriving and being ready to enter the facility. If you have a training session at Edina Community Centre, the city gym there, you need to enter in at door number 8. Please remind your players that they can only wear tennis shoes or flat-soled soccer shoes in this facility. If you're training at First Athlete, players can wear cleats or tennis shoes or flat-soled soccer shoes. The space allocation at First Athlete is slightly different for different age groups. If you're a U8, U9 or U10 coach, there will be 2 teams in each time slot. Coaches should plan a technical warm-up and then play for the remaining time. You can also feel free to divide the field into 2 or 3 and have mini games going on. If you're a U11 through U18 coach, there will be 1 team at First Athlete, so please use this as a team training time slot. If you're training at Southview Middle School City Gym, you need to enter through door number 4. And again, remind your players, please no cleats in the gym, wear tennis shoes or soccer flats. If you're at Edina Community Centre or the Southview City Gym, please refrain from opening the exit doors even if it gets hot in there. At times the doors are left open and then janitorial staff will report that through, so please do not enter or open up the emergency exit doors. On your schedule, it may note that you have a scrimmage. There's been a little miscommunication about these scrimmages. All of these scrimmages, unless you have been directly communicated with, are against other ESC teams. That scrimmage schedule will soon be published on the ESC website and we will alert you when that is ready. If you have a scrimmage allocated at first athlete, you are generally a younger team coach, and there will already be another Edina team in there that you will be able to scrimmage against. As normal, each year these schedules have been made based on the facilities availability, not necessarily your availability. It is really important that you let us know if there are any dates that you are unable to coach. If you are unable to coach, please follow the standard procedures for finding cover for yourself and then confirming that cover with Steve Kashiro, Tom Kluczewski, or myself. If your team is participating in an out-of-town tournament in March or April, please let us know as soon as possible, as we will centrally reallocate that space. Each team has been allocated enough sessions in March and April to satisfy the expectations. If you are thinking about adding outdoor practices, please consult your indoor training schedule first before adding practices. Your families are paying for this time, and we need to make sure that any additional practices are not conflicting. Please do not cancel any indoor sessions. All coaches in March will be paid at their hourly rate. All timesheets should be submitted prior to spring break in order to be paid, and then all spring-summer contracts will start on April 1st. Information about the upcoming spring coaches meeting will be coming out shortly. Please, for now, put a TBD at March 15th, April 5th, and April 12th. These dates will be confirmed. That's everything for now. Thank you so much for everything that you're doing for the youth soccer players here in Edina, and I look forward to seeing you at the first coaches meeting on March 15th.